Hi, I'm Ray Moore and welcome to the Prod of the Week. What's the Prod of the Week? It's something that has come up. We're talking to one of our clients or our team members, something I read, and it's just sharing it and just making it, why I call it a prod is, it's just that little dig in the ribs. Perhaps it's something that we might need to be reminded of or just to think about. So the prod this week is a great believer in listening to our gut. It's so often it's not really talked about or even acknowledged, but in business, if just think about it, how many decisions start off with that feeling in the pit of your stomach, in your gut. It's cultivating and realizing and calibrating it to make sure that what we're feeling in our gut, what is our second nature, we can rely on it. Now, I'm not suggesting that we just do knee-jerk reactions all the time and we constantly rely on that gut feeling. That would be all over the place. But what I'm talking about is it's that sort of emotional intelligence. As much as we need to have emotional intelligence when we're talking to people, how we handle our team, we also need to be aware that there's feelings going on with us. We're receiving all this input from all around, and sometimes we're not even sure where it's come from. So be aware. A classic example is when we meet somebody and our gut picks up. I call it a congruency meter. What we often find is what we see and what we hear from somebody isn't necessarily in tune with their body language. It's just out of kilter. Now, that's our congruency meter, and our gut picks up that maybe this person we need to be a bit careful of, or we might need to not dive into business with. So we need to calibrate our gut, and we need to think, well, is our feeling based on fact or is it just opinion? And then we can actually start going into the detail and finding out what the truth is behind that feeling. Now, one of my clients, he has a very well-rounded gut. His feelings are very good, especially around business, but he's often scared off by academia, by people who perhaps have perceived more knowledge than he has. But actually, I put his gut against the perceived knowledge every time. So that's really the prod of the week, is cultivate and learn to calibrate those gut feelings. It's making sure we're in the middle. We don't necessarily always want to just work on facts, and we don't always just want to work on gut. The real sweet spot is quite clearly in the middle. It's the gut balanced by sort of the logic and the facts. So that's the prod of the week. Listen to the gut. Make sure that we can calibrate it. And great things often just start with that feeling. Great things start from inside. So that's the prod of the week. How good is your gut? And start working on it. Be aware of it, and perhaps start listening to some of those people around you, perhaps your team and other business owners. So that's the prod of the week. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye now.